Good afternoon. Today's date is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. Royals signed a position last year, a good first baseman at one time, Carlos Santana. He will hopefully fill a much avoided position last season. In college basketball, Illinois looks good over the Blue Devils as they win. The Illini never trailed as they won 83-68 over Duke. The number 6 team looks to move up. They play Mizzou on Saturday in Columbia. Iowa wins 93-80. Iowa continues their season as number 3 in the country and very good as they play Iowa State unranked. This game tips off at 8 o'clock. Iowa beats North Carolina. Kansas beats Creighton, number 8 in the country. Creighton had a chance to tie it at the end of the game, but Creighton missed a free throw that would have tied the game. Jalen Wilson had another good game. As of recent, he has been very good. In the local game, also, Mizzou squeaks into the top 48 in the NCAA tournament. It probably won't be a standard in 67 NCAA tournaments. We're going to move on to the Big Ten. The Big Ten Conference has lowered their Big Ten qualifying to just 5 games now. Ohio State will play Northwestern in the Big Ten Championship. The Ohio State and Michigan game is canceled. With an Ohio State win, they will likely be in the playoffs with just 6 games played in a COVID-19 season. Texas plays Kansas. Kansas looks for its first win of the season, but Texas is 30-point favorites, and Tom Herman is on the hot seat. Kickoff from Lawrence is at 2:30. MU is in the top 25 for the first time in a good while. They will play the Georgia Bulldogs. A very tough matchup for the Tigers. That game kicks off at 11. In the ACC Championship, Notre Dame and Clemson. 6-man football. This is exactly what it sounds like. 6-man football. 6-man football rules. Now let's talk about 6-man football. If a team scores more than 48 points in the first half, the first half is over. Offense must advance 15 yards for a first down. You may not cross the line until an exchange is made by the quarterback and a throw or a run. They can also pitch the ball behind them, which is what they do a lot in high school 6-man football. In order for the quarterback to run, he must have the ball touched by another player. That is why they would touch it by another player in order for him to run. At least 3 men must be on the line in order to snap the ball on the defensive side. The ball must be handed forward. No screens behind the line of scrimmage. They must be over a yard thrown. This taking over for this Last Chance series, which was played on Netflix and community college sports. And Friday Night Lights, they feature 6-man football in their first series. Strong is going for their 4th championship, which has only happened 4 times in Texas football. High school football is like a religion to them. This is typically like a high school game. The Houston Chronicle. Strong is a 600 people. This is according to Pop Culture. The 6-man exists in Nebraska, a handful of other states, New Mexico and Colorado and Dakotas. This is premiered on Thanksgiving Day. There is a player named JW who is 5'6", probably their best player. He gets injured for 3 to 5 weeks and gets in trouble with the law for drinking. This day also had another player named Martinez who is also a very good player, gets underage drinking and has to get bailed out of jail. To get this, start streaming on devices. The show is about halfway through. Straw is about 5-3 or 5-4 as they have came up on a losing streak without their star players Martinez and JW. JD has a very interesting upbringing. He also is upraised by his grandma. JD's grandma works very hard every day. She has a goal for her kids. Mom has also been in prison, and Dad has been in prison. His mom was a drug abuser with 5 children. JD is a middle child. The dad never came back to visit like he said he would. We'll follow up with another edition after the season is over and after the series is over. Depending on what works, we'll see what day we do. Thank you and have a good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn.
Part of what drew me to this story to begin with was football's the spine of this story, but this story is about human beings. Friday nights, it's not just what's inside that locker room, but it brings this entire town and this community together. And what this team provides for this town is that acceptance and that family that many of them don't have off the field, maybe even more so than your typical high school experience might provide. With Texas 6, you're going to get inside the lines and more emotional and intimate than you might ever have in another football show.
There's 10 seniors. We're going for our third state championship, so we're trying to three-peat. J.W. Montgomery, he's been playing since his freshman year starting on varsity. He's the best player we have.
Many coaches told me this kid would play at any school, at any classification in the state, and probably could play in college if he wanted to. He knows he's the MVP, yet he's 5'6", 145 pounds.
And as much as he runs the ball, hits people, he's really aggressive, there's a chance of injury.
It's your year, the Golden Boy, the Golden Boy!
He feels the weight of that. He feels the weight of the expectations of the town. It's a big burden. One of my first times out to Strawn, Blaze was one of the first kids that I met. As it turns out, he's had a very difficult childhood, and his grandmother stepped in and took him and his 4 brothers and sisters in. Coach Lee sees an opportunity for Blaze to potentially be the starting quarterback of the team. He believes that much in him. It's going to be an uphill battle for Blaze to take that challenge on. Lorenzo Garcia is a really unique kid. He's the youngest of 4. He has older brothers and one older sister, but the older brothers, like older brothers might, picked on him. But what that's done over the years is created this layer of toughness to him. Everybody on the team will tell you, if you're in a tackling drill and you line up across from Lorenzo, you want to go the other way, because he is just relentless. His family had a tragedy just before the season started. One of his older brothers passed away in an accident. He carries the weight of that as any younger brother would.
We have Marco, him and JW, the 2 starters that's coming back that's had the most experience.
Everybody in the town will tell you those 2 guys are the ones that are going to take the team to state if they return and repeat as champs. Of course, the class size is very small, but he's number 1 in his class. But Marco likes to run with the wrong crowd. That could cause a problem later on in the season as his loyalty and allegiance gets pulled away from the team. It's always a battle for Marco on toeing the line, doing the right thing, because he has all the tools to be successful. It's just whether or not he makes the right choices.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.